Welcome to episode 2 of the We Call Game podcast. Saturday the 16th of January, which means one thing. It's only one thing to start on, one thing to talk about. It's me, Josh Vino, with my partner here.
Joey Jones in the building, come on.
You know he's playing tonight, bro?
Who's playing tonight?
It's Brooklyn in the house. Ain't that what they used to say?
Yeah.
Brooklyn Nets. James Harden has been traded to Brooklyn this week. What are you saying about it? You go first. I got a lot to say about it, but go on.
Yeah, before we get into that, we got to tell the listeners to do one thing. Subscribe to the YouTube, like, comment, share.
Yeah, make sure you do that.
Like, comment, share, all them things there. But yeah, James Harden to the Brooklyn Nets. How do I feel about that? On paper, it's a great move. You got 3 out of the we'll say top 10 players on one team. So
you've got him in the top 10 undisputedly right now.
Yeah,
all 3 of them.
Yeah, KD, James Harden, Kyrie.
Yeah, I do. I was having this argument with my bedroom last night. Like he had some issue I was putting. I said Kyrie could go anywhere from 7th to 11th. Yeah, he thought 11th was a bit harsh, but go on.
Yeah, so you got 3 of the top 10 players in the league, in my view, because Kyrie's ability in the clutch is there. He has to be a top 10 player. So yeah, you got 3 of the top 10 players in the league. KD's come back from his Achilles pretty well. He's looking pretty good. James Harden will be James Harden, and Kyrie's been looking sick. So, barring health, they should get to the NBA Finals, in my view.
Is that it though? Are you gonna go out on a limb to say they should win it with them 3?
They should win it on paper. They should win it, but
cool.
Chemistry.
I kind of think so too.
Chemistry, health, and them things play a factor. So we gotta wait and see how they mesh. What are you thinking about?
I found it jokes how he's ended up there, because obviously we've known he's wanted to leave the whole year. I think we even talked about it on that one. But like, he came back, obviously looking a bit overweight. Then man's dropped like 44, I think. Was it 44 and 17?
Yeah,
something like that. Yeah. Something mad. The game against Sacramento Kings. I actually watched that game. Side note, great resource. We shouldn't be plugging them because they ain't giving us any money. But yeah, the NBA League Pass. If you have trouble staying up, you can watch the games the next day if you get that in. But yeah, so I even watched that game where he dropped 44. And then I think he had like 30 in his next game. Yeah, and everyone was just like, oh, okay, Houston can do something if James Harden, And then it was like, what? Nah, fam. Man's not doing that anymore. He started dropping what? He had 4 games where it was like 20 points. And I'll be honest, I didn't watch those games, but I just looked at the box score and I saw, okay, he's not getting to the free throw line, taking about 12, 13, 14 shots. It's like, okay, I know what you're doing then. Yeah. You're on the court, but you're not on the court.
Yeah.
You're just standing in the corner. And then I saw the press conference after they lost to the Lakers the second time. And he was just like, oh yeah, it's not, I've given my all, like there's nothing more I can do. And, like, he basically said the situation's hopeless. And then I knew, he's gone. He is gone.
Yeah.
Like, he's gone soon. So then he got traded the next day. And like, obviously as a Laker fan, I'm bare shook because like you said, I've got KD at like 1 or 2 in the league. And I've got James Harden at like 4 or 5. So yeah, can't decide between LeBron and KD. Can't decide between Giannis and Harden at 4 and 5. And then, Kyrie's in my top 10. Giving away Allen. To be honest, all that stuff is overrated, man. You got 3 of the best players.
No, you know what? I can't lie. I was more surprised by. I was more surprised that the Nets were able to get James Harden without giving away Kyrie. That's what was more surprising to me.
They're never going to do that, man. Because Kyrie got to Brooklyn because of KD, so... Yeah. Unless he's going, do that. And I don't think he'd do that soon, even though Kyrie went AWOL for what was it, 4 games?
Yeah. What are you saying for Kyrie though? Although he's doing all these stuff, I feel like if he's on the court, he's gonna ball out.
Exactly, and it's consistent to his behavior. Like again, I was talking about it to one of my other bedrooms, and I was just like, well, the day he went AWOL was the day of the whole situation in DC.
Oh yeah.
The whole Capitol thing.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, all right, it's the same guy who said everyone shouldn't go to the bubble during the whole George Floyd stuff in America.
Yeah. He was even saying that how the black players of the NBA should form their own.
Exactly. So I'm thinking, okay, this is kind of consistent to, what he's been doing this year. So I didn't even care about, they caught him at his sister's birthday and that. Brother, it's his sister's birthday regardless of whether he's got that stuff on his mind. So he's going to go to that party. And then I just thought being on a Zoom call, and getting caught on the Zoom call when your team's playing, obviously people are going to chat about that. But I don't really know what to... It's unprofessional, isn't it? It's like, it's basically the equivalent of, all right, the George Floyd thing happened in America, and obviously we're in lockdown here, but say we were in a lockdown, and then I'm just saying, I'm call at work, like, I can't come in, like, this racism stuff is mad, like, I don't know how to, like, obviously they'll be sympathetic, but they'll be thinking, bro, like,
it's the equivalent,
you gotta come, like,
it's the equivalent of not calling in for work now. Then your boss checks his social media and he sees you vibes and having a good time, like.
Exactly.
It doesn't look mad unprofessional. Like, if you got something going on and you don't call in, they probably will be more understanding to that. You get me? But I don't know, man. Obviously, pray for Kyrie in it, but I still feel like when it comes time to the playoffs, I don't think Kyrie's gonna be on antics like this. Like,
of course not.
It's the regular season, like, so.
What do you think of the fit style wise with them on the court at the same time?
It can work. You know why it can work? Because James Harden showed that he can play off the ball.
This is what I think.
Because with CP3, when CP3 was in Houston, he played off the ball and they were very effective. They took Golden State 7 games. They took Golden State 7 games. So if they all plug into the system and they're all willing to sacrifice, like, I think it will work. Because Kyrie and KD, they've looked pretty good together, to be fair, and I was worried. I don't even know.
They have, but Kyrie is been taking more shots.
I don't think KD cares though.
I think, neither do I. But
I think he would rather have Kyrie taking more shots than Westbrook taking more shots.
Of course,
of
so course.
I think I'm not really too worried about that. And whereas KD just coming back from an Achilles, I don't really think KD's paying too much mind. I wouldn't anyway.
I think it's important when they come back, I think, for everyone not to have a headache. Kyrie Irving doesn't need to feel like that other guy. So I don't think you can have a situation where, because people forget, like, Mike D'Antoni, his coach at Houston's the assistant at Brooklyn. So imagine the situation where, okay, now you got James Harden. The whole thing runs with James Harden. I think KD's fine regardless.
Yeah, same.
Because KD can kind of, at times, go into like that mid-post position like Dirk and eat there. He doesn't even need to be on the perimeter as much as them two. But my whole thing is if, the ball's always in James Harden's hand, and then, Kyrie's relegated to a, catch and shoot and catch and isolate the odd time when you can, guy. If they do that and he becomes unhappy, then I think it's going to mess up everything with their chemistry. And
you know what? I think, because like Kyrie, James Harden, and KD are probably 3 of the most well-rounded players that you could put together. I feel like Kyrie can actually do whatever. KD.
No, it's not. It's not whether I doubt if they can do it. It's if they're happy to do it.
They need to sacrifice their egos for it to work still.
And whether they're willing to do it for these people, for Like, whether Kyrie's willing to do it for KD and James Harden, then we'll have to wait and see. But, like, you left LeBron after winning because you wanted to be a Batman. Then you went to Boston, didn't work out there. Then you went with KD because he was your friend. And I kind of think you went with KD because you are friends, so you're kind of thinking it's a 1A thing or whatever.
Yeah.
Now James Harden's here. And this is the thing, it's like, I keep saying to people, like, of course, I can co-sign for you to come and play with me. The idea in my head of, yeah, you coming to play with me sounds all well and good. But then when we actually do it, if it's Butters, then it's Butters.
Yeah.
Like, that don't mean I hate you. That don't mean we're not friends anymore. That don't mean I'm not your boy. It just means, yeah, it's Butters. It's not working there. I don't like it. I'm having to get in where I fit in. Like, it's not what I want to do. I'm sure Westbrook and Harden are still tight, but they were like, Westbrook was like,
I heard shit got kind of mad before Westbrook bounced though in Houston.
He didn't like all that overindulgence that Harden was getting. Where, like, they're waiting for him for, like, meetings, they're waiting for him for, like, practice, or, like, you know, it's the equivalent of, okay, yeah, I'm gonna play for your team, and then I go there and find out, man, all these men just do all this stuff for Joey. Like, why are they doing this? Like man, I'm trying to win out here. Like man, what's all this? He's getting babied out here.
Yeah, and that's not even.
It's not gonna make me hate you. It's just gonna make me hate the situation.
Yeah, and that's what I was gonna say. I think in Houston they spoiled him, mad.
Yeah,
but I think whereas he hasn't won a title now, I feel like he might be more willing to plug into a system, especially where he's got players that are on his level, arguably better than him, with Kyrie and KD.
Kyrie's not better than him.
He's not better than him, but obviously there's KD there, like so.
But Kyrie is not gonna walk around thinking that James Harden's better than him. I think that's what you're talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
He's in that company where all three of them think, yeah, I'm the best here. Like, all three of them don't have any reason to think, really, that the other guy's better, even though they should know that KD's the best out of them. But when you're a baller, that's how you kind of think.
Yeah,
when you're at that level.
That's what I'm saying. It comes down to how willing they are to manage their egos. Like, if they're willing to put their egos in place, it's like, okay, cool. We actually have to make this work. And if everyone has that mindset, I feel like...
The funny thing is, yeah, they've slightly cheated because now I'm sure Brooklyn are going to win a title in the next 3 to 4 years. At least one. And you know why? Because one, they have this big three now. If they say it doesn't work this year, you have KD, Harden, and Kyrie on the roster. You're probably going to keep KD and Harden. You have Kyrie Irving as a trade piece to address whatever is wrong with the roster, whatever reason it hasn't worked. You have him to flip. You're going to get equity for him.
Yeah.
And then you have KD and Harden. So they're in a position, I think, to do well for the next 3-4 years, as long as, and that's no slight on Kyrie Irving. I just understand how this stuff works. Mm. I know if they're in a position where they look at it and they think KD, Harden, and Kyrie don't work, something's got to give. It will be Kyrie Irving that's going to give.
No, I agree with you still. Kyrie's definitely the most expendable piece. But you know what, though? I feel like, I don't know, man. With Kyrie, like, his ability to close, I feel like, why is Kyrie more expendable than James Harden? Because when playoff time comes up...
Because James Harden has proven to do more by himself.
That's true. That's very true.
It's as simple as that. Like, I love Kyrie, but that's the thing. You're telling me to look at two players that I think are cold. One, is the only reason why a franchise was relevant before, like, Yao Ming and that.
Yeah, I hear that.
And then the other, cold player, great player. And this is going to sound like I'm I'm downplaying it. Won a championship with LeBron James. Cleveland didn't. If Cleveland was like the 8th seed in the East, I know he was bare young, but Damian Lillard made the playoffs young. If Cleveland were like making the playoffs when he was bare young, like as the 8th seed or something, and they weren't in the lottery, like with Kyrie, you got Anthony Bennett because you were in the lottery. You got Andrew Wiggins because you were in the lottery. Then you went Boston. The year you were hurt, they get to the Eastern Conference Finals. And I know that that's not me saying they're better without you. That I can explain that. What happens is you get injured, they find a way to win without you. They get comfortable doing that, and then when you come back, those young players, as ballers, don't see a reason why now we need to ingratiate you.
Yeah.
So then you have issues. That's not necessarily his fault, but that's what happened.
Yeah. It's like okay, cool.
So what I'm saying is he has less proof by himself to carry a whole situation to anything. Yeah. I'm not even saying win, because James Harden didn't win, but make playoffs, make a conference finals, he hasn't done that stuff. James Harden has by himself.
Yeah, Kyrie's kind of shown that how if he hasn't really got help, he's not really doing much. As a one-man band, he's not really doing much. And back to the Boston Celtics point, it's like, okay, cool. We're doing our thing without you. You get injured, we're still doing our thing. So the mystique that you had when you came in is not the same mystique that you had.
Exactly.
You're gonna have when you come back from injury. So they're gonna look at you different.
And you gotta show us.
Yeah, you're still gonna move like.
I'm the only champion here. Yeah. I'm the only guy that's, and rightly so. Like everyone, I understand in that situation. Everyone kind of has a right to feel the way they feel. Yeah. It's just not a healthy situation.
Yeah, facts. No, I hear that still. Let's touch on the rookies that have come through the NBA this year. What are you saying for the rookies this year?
I was watching, funny enough, the Lakers and Pelicans last night. Pelicans raced off to a lead. I think they were leading by 15 at a point. There was a point in the third where the Lakers led by like 25. It's like I'll touch on the Lakers and then flip back to Zion, but it's why for me. Like obviously I support the Lakers, but the games for me that I've watched, and this is just what happens. They've won the chip. They're not playing a lot of plus 500 teams or teams that are in contention for the title yet. So they're going through the motions and they're smoking these teams. I don't really want to watch. I'm not gonna wait until 3 a.m. to watch us play at Staples to do that.
Yeah.
And at the same time, even if we're on earlier, because we're playing a road game, if something better's on, and I know we're going to smoke them, I'll watch that in the morning or whatever. Like, it's just not that fun watching them win games when I know they're in second gear. I know they win most games by the third quarter. LeBron and AD is sitting down and stuff. That's why their numbers aren't high. Yeah. They're not playing a lot of minutes. They're not having to. We've had 6 games this season where six players have had double digits.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, back to the Pelicans. They just, and Zion, he's not a rookie, but obviously he didn't play that much last year. I rate Zion because he can have an impact on a game straight away. But I'm not gonna lie, man is bare one-dimensional. I'll say it early.
Yeah.
Bare one-dimensional. He's a physical freak. Like, so obviously that's going to get you places, but it's like...
Do you think he's like a lowercase Giannis?
His body's different, so I'd say he's more like a Zebo, Charles Barkley type of... But like, he has... Charles Barkley eventually had a better jump shot than he has currently. He can work that in. I don't think he keeps the defense honest enough with the fact that he's going to shoot it. Yeah. So they know he's just going to... And the thing is, he knows where to get in where he fits in. That's why he gets his numbers. Like, he cuts. He runs the floor. Like, he catches alley-oops. He gets putbacks. He's very active. He's got a motor. But it's just bare one-dimensional. I think and that's why they're struggling at the moment.
Yeah. You know what? Obviously, I think they need more from Zoe still, man. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like BI's been doing his thing. He's
the best player on the team.
Yeah. BI's been doing his thing. Zion's been Zion. I feel like Zoe just needs to do more. If the Pelicans were able to get Zoe, BI, and Zion firing,
Lonzo is too inconsistent.
I just think, and he's inconsistent, and I feel like he's not in attack mode enough. Like, he's not in attack mode, and that's been a critique from him from early. Like, when Lonzo actually wants to attack, he's actually very above decent, and he's playing elite level defense with that as well.
The problem with having a high IQ in basketball is that you might overthink your weaknesses too much. So I see Lonzo play, and he can't shoot free throws. So I see him sometimes hesitate to attack the basket because he doesn't want to get fouled and then, miss the free throws or whatever. Yeah. His threes come and go. Yeah. So there's times I see him hesitate with that. So I feel like because he overthinks that, he's not in attack mode all the time. Whereas his brother, on the other hand, his brother plays, bruv. His brother just plays the game. Yeah. He's got a motor. He's active. I don't think he's any better a passer than Lonzo, but it's like because he acts like he might want to score more, the defenses have to respect that a bit more. So it's harder to guard him than it is Lonzo at the moment.
I think he does want to score more.
Of course he does.
He does want to score more. Like,
LaMelo's going to be fake. I'll say that early. LaMelo is going to be fake.
Yeah, LaMelo's going to
be You can stamp that.
Yeah, you can see it.
I'm a LaMelo Ball fan. I'm going to buy a Charlotte jersey soon. Watch.
Yeah, I'm going to grab mine still. I'm definitely
don't copy me, bro. Pick another rookie, bro.
What do you mean, bro?
Pick another rookie, bro. There's Wiseman, Anthony Edwards.
I'm not really on them brothers there. Like,
Wiseman's good,
Wiseman is good.
Yeah, he's good.
Even Anthony Edwards is good as well.
I ain't seen no Minnesota.
I watched a couple of highlights of him. He looks alright still, but Minnesota are so dead. I don't even get it.
I don't want to talk bad about Karl Anthony Towns because he's been through a lot, but it's like as a franchise player, big man, for you to just be consistently at that talent level, not threatening to make the playoffs.
Yeah, I find that so mad. Like, when Jimmy Butler was getting onto him, I felt kind of bad for him, but I was just looking at him like, listen.
I didn't.
And I felt kind of bad for him, but at the same time, I was like, you know what? As bad as Jimmy Butler's looking getting onto you, he's on point.
When I found out what happened in that practice, do you know what happened?
Yeah. Jimmy Butler took all the rookie, the non-starters. Karl Anthony Towns had the starters, and he smoked them.
Yeah.
Yo, he was like, yeah, you're the waste man that I thought.
You know what that is?
Oh my god.
And he was guarding him as well. Jimmy Butler's 6'6", Karl Anthony Towns is 7 foot. So you're trying to post me up. You just there like, yeah, I know you a bitch. You can't do nothing.
After that, Jimmy Butler went to the head office in Minnesota. Like, yeah, get me out of here, bruv. Get me out of here, bruv. This guy is not on it at all, bruv. And when he went to the 76ers...
Jimmy Butler was at the 76ers, yeah. I was hoping that would work so bad, but obviously Kawhi had other plans.
Oh, they're close. They're close. That's there before Kyrie, before James Harden went Brooklyn. Sorry, not Kyrie. I thought it was between Brooklyn and the Sixers, and maybe on like a chemistry thing and a coaching thing, maybe the Sixers could get them this year.
Yeah.
Now,
yeah,
there's no hope for it. Like, they're praying for this this Brooklyn experiment. Every other team, you're praying for it not to work. Even the Lakers, to a degree. Although I think the Lakers Brooklyn thing's closer than people think. I think either way you look at it, it's 55-45 to either team.
Yeah. But you know what it is though? I feel like where Brooklyn has the advantage here is just the backcourt. Like Lakers backcourt is
stinks.
It's terrible.
Stinks.
So, and the way the NBA is played now,
Exactly, yeah.
It's all about the backcourt and the wing players, isn't it?
Oh wait, no, Schroeder's there.
But Schroeder is not chatting to Kyrie.
Oh no, he's not chatting to him, but Schroeder can defend.
Bruv, he's not doing anything to them, man.
Yeah.
He'll probably just make life a bit difficult for man, but
it's whether you can do that and then give him 18 at the other end as well.
Yeah. Yeah, bro. So
excuse me.
You're right there, mate.
Yeah, no, I'm good still.
Yeah, so
I'm on the wrong hole.
Nah, it's calm. Would you? You know what though? I'm thinking the Bucks might do a thing though. Could they do a thing against the Nets?
Nah,
you don't think so?
I've got no faith in the Milwaukee Bucks at all. I hardly watch them. I watched them play Dallas yesterday. It's a pretty good game. Giannis, he played good. One of 10 from the free throw line.
Oh my god.
He's actually, it was one I saw him shoot. It was just like, that is so flat. It just hit like the front of the rim. But then when you can Euro step and dunk it and all that, like Giannis is good, but like he can't do what he wants to do at crucial times in the game. Yeah. Chris Middleton closed the game yesterday.
Yeah.
And I almost feel like if Dallas had Porzingis the whole year and he weren't working his way back, they would have beat you.
Yeah. Giannis can't really. He's not really a closer still, and I think that's his weakness.
I feel like until they can get someone that's just below him, they're not really going to be saying a lot. And I feel bad for him because he did the admirable thing and re-signed with them, but I don't think it's going to end up working
in the long run, innit?
Working out for him. But back to the rookies, like LaMelo Ball. I've been watching loads of Charlotte this year.
Yeah,
quite a bit. I think I've watched about 6-7 games, and I remember they beat Brooklyn early in the year. I was chatting to my brother, and I was just like, "Oh, Brooklyn should have won that game. Like, what's going on?" It was just like, "No, Charlotte play really hard." Like, I was just like, "Yeah, but they still should have won the game." And this was before I'd seen Charlotte play. Charlotte play really hard.
They play really hard still. I've seen it. Yeah.
They try a lot when they play. And because, like, everyone's comfortable in their role, I get to the fourth quarter, I know it's going to go through Gordon Hayward.
Yeah.
And then if not, it's going to be Devontae Graham or someone else. Or, like... And then LaMelo is doing his thing off the bench, but he plays big minutes as well. Yeah. Like they're a pretty fun team to watch. But what I say about him, like I was saying before, like the sky's the limit for him.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't think he's gonna be like LeBron James, Kobe level great, but he's definitely gonna be a multiple time All-Star.
Yeah, facts. You don't think? You know what?
He's gonna earn his way out of Charlotte.
Do you think he could win an MVP in the future? I could see it still. I'm not gonna lie. If they build a system around him where the offense runs through him, he's basically gonna be like he's gonna be like a Luka.
Yeah, or a Westbrook.
Yeah.
He's a taller Russell Westbrook.
Yeah. Better passer as well though.
Yeah, he's a better passer as well.
Passer. No, and yeah, I think he could win it. I think he could win an MVP still, I'm not gonna lie. If they like a lot of the players that we think are just above average, yeah. We don't even know what they can do unless the team runs through them.
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying. So where LaMelo Ball is the team's not really running through him.
Bro, Isaiah Thomas was a top 5 MVP candidate in what 2016 was it?
Yeah. I think it was it 2016
or 17?
Yeah, it was 2016 or 2016. I think it was. Was it 2016?
You was at Boston closing all those games.
2016.
He averaged like 29 or something.
Yeah, I think it was 2016, but we can fact check that. Check that. But yeah, the year that the year before you went to the Cavs.
Yeah,
it was 26. It was 2016.
And that's just right system, right players around you, right role. They knew gets to the fourth quarter, it's Isaiah Thomas's time to cook. So that worked out for him, and it's correct in what you're saying. Like a lot of these guys, like. That you look at. I remember when Brandon Ingram left the Lakers, I was like, straight away, he's going to get most improved player. Straight away, because I just knew the ball's gonna mostly be in his hands. He's gonna be more comfortable to cook. There's no LeBron James, there's no Kuzma, there's no all these other young players trying to establish themselves as well. Although he kind of has that now, but he's more comfortable in his skin now. He's played there for 2 years. He knows that he's got the green light to do whatever.
Yeah, I think obviously in some systems, some players are fed scraps. If we're gonna be completely honest, like Brandon, just by the system, okay, if Brandon Ingram's playing with LeBron, he's only gonna get as much touches as LeBron decides to give to him, because LeBron's gonna be dominating the ball more time. And he can't really say nothing. But in a system where in New Orleans or whatever, it's gonna be a bit more spread out. Yeah. So he can show himself a bit more. So I think, I'm happy for Brandon Ingram that he's doing his thing, because even when he was at the Lakers, there's always been a player there.
Exactly.
You could always tell that there was a player there.
Another player you might be surprised of how I'm happy for is Paul George.
Yes.
Because I feel like it's not an unfair campaign against Paul George, but like what everyone's doing to Paul George and the Clippers is making everyone forget that these lot are actually cold. Like, they gave up a 3-1 lead and all that. And I feel like the only reason Paul George gets cussed or people boy him so much is that he called himself playoff P. And then since then, you've been flopping in the playoffs. So it's like, before you could flop and we wouldn't know, but now you've called yourself playoff P and we're watching and we're seeing you flop. It's like, so that's what you're doing.
Yeah, for real.
That's what you're on. But he's been killing it the first half of the season. And I wouldn't say first half, 3-4 weeks in? 3 weeks. Yeah, he's been killing it.
Yeah. And you know what? I was giving Paul George a hard time, but I got a shout out to Ball Don't Stop, because he called it. He said that how if they put the ball in Paul George's hands, the Clippers will be a better team. And since they've done
at Ball Don't Stop on Instagram,
since they've done that, the Clippers have looked a better team. And obviously Kawhi is coming from a system in San Antonio where he doesn't have to dominate the ball, and dominating the ball is not his forte. Paul George was dominating the ball in Indiana, so
exactly, he's more used to that.
Yeah, he's more used to that. So I think it does work out for the better.
They share the ball more as well, the Clippers, if you watch them play.
Yeah.
And another person that I thought this is sort of low risk, high reward when they picked up Nicholas Batum, because it's just you went to Charlotte and stole all that money off of one good year in Portland, and you played bad all those years, but now he gives them the option where they don't have a big. They have a backer there who's 6'11", 6'10".
Yeah.
I've got Batum there who's 6'9", then Kawhi, Paul George, and then whoever's it? Is it still Pat Bev? Bev's at the point guard. He's still starting. So they've got, and they can literally switch everything, and everyone's just so long, and the way the NBA is now, it's not that many teams actually play with a recognized big.
Yeah.
And they smoked Denver when they played them. So it's the only teams I'd think that are going to really give you trouble with their bigs is Denver, the Lakers, the Sixers. It's the Sixers, you'd only have to play them if you're in the finals with them.
Yeah. Minnesota
aren't good.
I was thinking of Cat in it.
That's it.
Yeah, I think that's actually about it still. Yeah, that's actually about it.
That's it. Those are the only teams that are actually going to have a player that might try and dominate you inside.
But you know what, though? I feel like when it comes to the playoffs, you can't really dominate the game through your big, though. Because as much as Jokic is messed, it was Jamal Murray that was moving mad throughout the playoffs.
Yeah, but Jokic was as well.
Nah, but Jamal Murray was moving.
Of course,
he was moving.
It's almost like if you can't have one without the other.
Yeah. Not even that they're not gonna move mad, but I feel like if Jokic is moving mad, Jamal Murray is gonna be the one to decide the game.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, but that's because for bigs you have to get the ball in their hands.
Yeah.
That's why it's so important who's on the perimeter for them.
Yeah. What are you saying for what's his name? Speaking of Denver, what are you saying for Michael Porter Jr.?
It's been hurt at the start, but he, for most of last year, was like one of my unknown gems. Then he started playing in the bubble and everyone sort of like broke out. Now everyone knows about him and stuff.
Yeah.
And like, I'm hoping their record can get better and he can do big things. Because if they can, and he can, then I'll start thinking of them as a threat again. But right now, I'm looking at the West and things have... I'm tempted to say things have kind of flipped in terms of the East is stronger, but it's like, if I'm being real, I only really see 3 teams that can 3 or 4 teams max that can possibly win this NBA championship. The Lakers, Clippers, Brooklyn, or the 76ers. I don't think anyone else has a chance at all.
Yeah.
At all.
But I feel like the Bucks, not even saying the Bucks, but I'm saying the Bucks and Denver have an outside chance.
76ers are my outside chance.
That's true.
And a little bit the Clippers. Even though it's not that much of an outside chance. But people are favouring the Lakers, so I'll say it's an outside chance. But because what I think is that if any of those teams get upset by anyone else, the other team is going to smoke that team.
Yeah. It's true. It's true. No, it's true. Because when I said, you're saying that, yeah, when the Clippers lost to the Denver,
I knew the Lakers were going to say, I knew you've got nothing for the Lakers, bro. We've got Dwight, we've got JaVale, there's AD, like, it's different.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. It's true.
Maybe Dallas.
Nah, not even them.
Maybe. No. If Luka Doncic and Porzingis want to go crazy, because I judge it on, okay, who you... It's not totally on this, but okay, who are your stars? How mad can they go? And then what have you got around you? Now, if Porzingis wants to be a cheat code for a whole 3 months playoffs, who's going to stop him?
That's true.
If he's shooting 50% from 3, who's going to stop that? If he's and then Doncic is doing Doncic things. It's like, who has the propensity to do that?
That's true.
I'd bank on that, even though Jamal Murray and Jokic got to the NBA finals. I mean, the conference finals. Yeah. I'd bank on Doncic and Porzingis actually winning it overall than Denver being an upset story.
Oh, yeah.
Or the Suns being an upset story. Or Golden State without Klay Thompson being an upset story.
But I think you have to kind of ask yourself, what's more likely, Denver getting to the conference finals or Porzingis being healthy? And I think Denver getting to the finals is more
50-50.
Nah, I think it's more likely that the Denver are probably going to get to the conference finals. But Porzingis has kind of shown himself, like he kind of is who he is, innit? He's a good player when healthy, but
if he didn't get if he didn't get fouled out in that Clippers series, in the first, like, they could have beat the Clippers last year.
Yeah, and Dallas are actually the mad. Are the mad? Is it the wild card?
Exactly. Yeah. I've watched Dallas play, and a lot of the times it's like, how is Luka Doncic even doing this? This guy isn't fast. He doesn't look like he's moving particularly fast. It looks like, just guard him, just block that, and then I don't even think he can shoot that well. Yeah. But he's so aggressive that he's gonna shoot. He's going to shoot 8 threes and he's going to make 3 or 4 of them. And I don't think he can shoot.
Yeah, his shooting's not that great. His free throws are not that great, especially in a clutch.
Exactly.
So, yeah, like, Dallas can get beat. Especially, like, I trust Luka to upset anyone bar LeBron. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Bar LeBron, he could get it upset against anyone still.
But I think that's the thing. I think the Clippers could possibly beat the Lakers, but the Clippers could be had by someone else. I don't think the Lakers could be had by anyone else. I only think the Clippers could beat them. But I think the Lakers can beat the Clippers as well.
Yeah.
But I think if anyone's going to beat the Lakers from the West, it's going to be the Clippers.
Yeah. That's facts. What are your thoughts on Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors so far?
I was scared for them in the first couple of games because they were getting smoked. He had the 62-point game,
Yeah,
which I watched, which was quite cool to see. Draymond Green coming back has been big for them.
yeah.
He's given them their swagger back, and I feel like now I'm more confident that they'll make the playoffs because now it's like, okay, this is what we are. We're gonna play hard. We're gonna do this. Steph Curry's now more comfortable knowing where he's gonna get his shots and stuff. I was worried for him the first 2 games. But now it seems he's more comfortable with the whole, okay, yeah, there's no Clay here. Andrew Wiggins is stepping up a bit more. Wiseman's finding his feet. I think they'll make the playoffs. They won't have home court, though.
Yeah. Kelly Oubre does his thing sometimes as well.
I know, but he can't shoot.
Yeah. But he's aggressive, though.
He is, but he gets like 4 or 5 open threes a game. I've watched the teams I've watched quite a bit of. I watched quite a bit of Charlotte, Golden State, the Suns, and the Lakers, and surprisingly the Atlanta Hawks. And like I see Kelly Oubre gets bare threes because of the way they play, and he has to shoot them. You can't not shoot it.
Yeah.
You're open, but he's missing, and they know he's gonna miss.
Yeah. I've watched a few Golden State games, but mainly I've been watching Brooklyn, Lakers. Just mainly them two, to be fair, and Clippers, pardon me. But those are my 3 to win the chip in it. So I watch them.
See what's going on at the top.
Yeah.
You said the Clippers last episode. Is that let's end it there. You're gonna change now that James Harden's gone to thing. So all right. So you picked the Clippers. So that means that you got the Clippers coming out of the West. So what? Clippers Brooklyn now for you?
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a Clippers Brooklyn thing. I have to stand on what I said in it. I think the Clippers can come out the West still, and I'm gonna stand by that. Whether they'll beat Brooklyn, I doubt that, but they could beat Brooklyn. That's what I'm saying. I think they could.
The funny thing is that unlike other teams, they're more built on the perimeter to not deal with them lot, but compete with them lot.
Yeah,
you've got Pat Beverly, you've got Paul George, you've got Kawhi, you've got Marcus Morris, you've got Batum. Like, you can actually switch out and actually. Whereas someone like the Lakers, I think more so can get run off the floor by Brooklyn.
Yeah, I hear that still.
But yeah, bro. Cheers to another one, man.
Yeah. I would toast. Are we toasting?
I may as well down this last bit of. Producer Steve bought the red wine thing, innit?
Yeah.
Not usually a fan, but you
saying?
weren't allowed in here.
Why? That's another story for
Yeah, exactly, bro. It
Anyway.
is what it is this time of year.
Anyway, follow us on the Instagram at WeCallGame.
Follow and subscribe.
Yeah, like, comment, subscribe. WeCallGame. Signing out. Say no more.